Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen. I just got a Temu delivery and I thought, well, I've got to do this. And why not? So I'm going to be using the Tiny Turner Ethereal Pigments. This is Supernova, which has like an orangey red. I don't know how well you can see this. Yeah, this is kind of like an orangey red. This is more of a red. This is purplish. And this one is blue-ish. So it's very, very fine detail in here, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to start with the, what am I going to use? Yeah, I'm going to use the nebula in the head, then the supernova in the body, the galaxy in the wings, and then the eclipse down in the little detail here. Wish me luck. Wish me luck getting the lid off. Don't know how well these powders stick to sugarcraft molds, but it's still silicone, so hopefully it should work fine. Quite difficult to get this into the detail, and I'm apologising in advance because I know my hands are going to be in your way quite a bit. These powders are from Tiny Turner, and I bought them from Wendy at Toonfish Crafts. I'll link them down below in the description. Pull my chair up, excuse the squeak. I need to sit down. So that was the nebula. Didn't need very much of that one. So for the wings, we're going with the galaxy. And for the final part, down here with eclipse. Okay, I think we're about as covered as we're going to be. I'm going to go and mix up my resin, and I will be right back in a tick. Hi all! I've got about 20 grams of Resin Pro Eye Crystal mixed up here, which I think should be ample for this, at least I hope it will. I'm using the extra black pigment paste. It's been on the heat mat, so hopefully she says. Bottles are really hard to squeeze, and when you don't have an awful good grip, as I said, it is only a very small amount of resin. That will be ample to colour this. It should only take us a few seconds to mix in. Make these colors, show these colors at their best. They really do need black behind them. You can use white, you can use clear, but you just won't get the same effect with that tiny bit of pigment paste. It's very nicely coloured, nice and dark. So here's the question. Well, first of all, give that a quick spray because I can see air bubbles on the top. That was a bit violent with the mixing. Right. So I'm going to start with a small amount because I need to do, there we go, actually pick this up and move it, bend it, twist it, so that the resin gets into everywhere. These are very, very thin pieces. So you don't want to put too much resin in to begin with, because otherwise you're going to just spill it everywhere when you try and do this part. The detail down here, again, parts of it are very, very thin. So just put a little drop more in. A little drop, she says. It wasn't exactly a little drop, was it? Anyway, I'm going to carry on kind of stretching, twisting. Make sure this gets down into all nooks and crannies. And attempt to do it without actually spilling this everywhere. I may need to get myself a little tool to help encourage it go where it needs to go. I'm going to grab just a micro brush with the actual brush taken off the end. Need to be very, very careful because obviously I also don't want to be knocking the powder off the mould if I can avoid it. The resin's nice and warm, it's very thin. Maybe not thin enough. Let's drop more in. The other thing to be wary of with these sugarcraft moulds is that they can quite often be like thicker at one part than the other, so you don't get such a good level with them. Drip this. Oops. Drip it right onto the edge there and hope that it'll run down into the mould. Seems to have worked there. Not so much here, but I think I overdid that. I'm gonna pick this up and give it another little wiggle. And again, I'll pour a drop more in this side now because I need to get into the tips of the wings as well. Oops. Yeah, it looks like the mould is higher this side than it is this side. So that's going to need a little work to get it levelled. I always have bits of card, plastic, paper, whatever, lying around solely for the purpose of levelling things out. Yep, so it's not quite there, but it's much higher this side than it is over here, so I'm going to prop something under there. I'll give this half an hour probably to get the bubbles out, and then I'll pop it over onto the heat mat, and I will be back when we're ready for the demold. See you in a bit. Hi all, this is ready to come out of the mould now. Now, I'm expecting it to still be quite soft because it's very thin. It's been on the mat about 24 hours, but obviously because it's just come off the heat mat, it's also going to be warm. I can already see there's a bit of overspill that I'm going to have to deal with, but I can wait. Let's do the important part first, and let's see how it came out. I'm really happy with that. There is very little difference between these two colours, but honestly, yeah, I think it's really good. It's going to take quite a bit of trimming, but the detail came out so well down here. I actually thought I was going to lose most of that, but I didn't. So I'll trim that up and get you some photos, but also there was quite a bit of resin left over, so got a few extras. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job of getting into the corner there. I really like these. And again, air bubbles just in the end there. That is entirely my fault for not actually taking my time with them. But they will be cool, probably on a frog, because you know, frogs. And also, I got this little thing. The little ghosties. They're very cute. This was just a random thing that I popped in my cart on Temu. Because I think I had to spend another like €2 to get the credit back. But yeah, they all came out really well. I am so happy with these powders, the colours that came out. Yeah, a little bit of tidying up, but once that is done, I'll get some photos for you at the end. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Just hit the button down there. Click on the bell. That way you'll get notified about all my videos. It doesn't cost you anything, and it does help me out a lot. So I will see you for the next one. Bye.